Hello and welcome back to the Charger Bulletin News. We are excited for a new semester and a new season of our show. I'm Nick Amico.
And I'm Julianne Brown. Here are this week's top stories.
September is National Suicide Prevention Month. You may have noticed tables inside Bartels Hall with students tabling to spread awareness about suicide prevention and mental health. Recognized student organizations such as Active Minds and To Write Love on Her Arms have promoted their efforts all across campus. For more information on how to get involved in either of these mental health awareness clubs, or just to make your voice heard during National Suicide Prevention Month, you can email activeminds@newhaven.edu or twloha@newhaven.edu. If you are interested in becoming more active in suicide prevention, Phi Sigma Sigma will be holding a week-long event in early October to raise money and awareness for their local philanthropy, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. For more information on AFSP Week, email iotamufoundation@newhaven.edu. Remember to be kind to one another and to check in on each other. Happy National Suicide Prevention Month.
Tonight, September 12th, the shops at Yale will be holding their annual college night from 4 to 9 p.m. It is a free event for all college and university students with college or university ID. Check-in begins at 4 and ends at 7:30. There will be free food from Ashley's Ice Cream, Donut Crazy, Tamtio Taco Joint, and other local restaurants. You can also enter the chance to win a brand new iPad and $100 in gift cards, plus other prizes. Spend at least $20 at any of the shops at Yale retailers and bring your receipt to Broadway Island at 9 p.m. for a ticket into this raffle. You can RSVP before it's too late at squadup.com. And now time for sports.
Let's see what Joe Claus has to say.
Thanks, Nick and Julianne. Football dropped their 2019 season opener 24-13 on the road against Indiana Crimson Hawks. Chargers trailed by 10 at the intermission, but scored the first 6 points in the second half on a pair of field goals scored by Mike Stellanelli. Robbins and Napoli split time at quarterback position, with Robbins doing the majority of the throwing. He was 16 for 28 for 171 yards and 2 interceptions. The run game was led by senior captain Chris Liggio, who finished the game with 90 yards on 14 attempts. Sophomore Shamar Logan pitched in another 61 yards on 13 attempts, while breaking off a 30-yard run which led to a score. The Chargers receiving corps was led by graduate student Juwan Williams, who finished the game with 5 catches for 69 yards. Senior A.J. Green also contributed another 5 catches for 46 yards. Junior Brett Huber had the lone touchdown catch of the afternoon. The defense was led by Zach Kofransenko, who finished with 14 tackles as a whole. The defense came up with 3 interceptions the day to go with a blocked field goal. The Chargers will return next Saturday as they take the road to Stonehill University. Kickoff is scheduled for 2:30 p.m. Chargers volleyball traveled to Michigan to compete in the Ferris State Invitational. On the trip, the Chargers finished up 0-4. A slow first 2 matches saw the Chargers go down in straight sets. For both games, the second day proved much better as they dropped the first match 1-3 and their final matchup 2-3. Their first home match is scheduled for tonight at 7 p.m. in Charger Gymnasium. On Wednesday, September 11th, University of New Haven women's soccer team captured their first win against Bloomfield, winning 5-1 for their home opener of the season. The offense started off strong with 2 goals in the first half from Jenna Peduzzi and Tana Tufts. The Bears came into the second half scoring a goal in the 60th minute. However, that did not stop New Haven's offense from answering, when the Chargers added 3 more goals, including one from Gabriela Chavez, marking her first career goal. The offense outburst of 5 goals was the most goals since November 2013 for the women's team. The Chargers will take on Stonehill College at 1 p.m. at Kathy Zolad Stadium on Saturday. The field hockey team beat Mercy 2-0 and now moves to 1-2 on the season. A pair of first half goals from freshman Zariah John and sophomore Julia Bettino helped to lift the team to their win. New Haven outshot Mercy 21-9 in the game, holding a 17-7 edge in shots on goal and 15-12 in penalty corners. Junior goalkeeper Natalie Shaker stopped 5 of the 6 shots she faced in the win. Field hockey will come home to Delic Camera Stadium for a pair of games this weekend against Franklin Pierce, starting with an NE10 matchup on Saturday at 4, and that will be followed by a non-conference matchup on Sunday at noon. The Chargers fell short to Franklin Pierce 3-4 on Wednesday. Freshman pairing of Catherine McPhail and Alexa Orlando won in the third doubles match with a score of 6-3. This set was followed by junior Lilia Rodriguez and freshman Casey Banks, who won 7-5 at the number 2 position. The Chargers will head to New York this weekend to compete in the International Tennis Association Regionals at the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in Flushing, New York, with action set to kick off on Friday. For more information on all of the sports updates and headlines, visit newhavenchargers.com. Back to you guys.
It seems the University of New Haven is getting a new athletic director.
Here's Zach Pinsence with more information.
Thanks, Julianne. On Thursday, September 5th, President Kaplan made his way to North Campus to welcome the newest athletic director to the University of New Haven, Cheyenne Zenger. Zenger comes to New Haven with a ton of experience, most recently spending 7 years at the University of Kansas.
It is my incredible honor to introduce to you the new athletics director at the University of New Haven, Cheyenne Zenger.
Hanging on Zengler's office is a quote. "The big time is not a place, it's the state of your heart." Coming to New Haven, Zengler has found what he was looking for right away.
I found a university president, a leadership team, student athletes, and coaches that exemplify the above quote.
With Zengler's previous experience at a Division I school, he doesn't foresee any unexpected challenges at this level.
I don't think there'll be a lot of challenges in that regard if I stay focused on the student athletes and the coaches. If you keep your eye on the target, on the bullseye, everything else comes pretty easily. To really answer your question, though, I think it's more of an external perception than it will be internal. And just letting those people out there in the public know that we're here for the right reasons to move this program forward for the student athletes.
Zengler and the university's goal is to upgrade facilities for the athletic teams, but this will take money, an area where Zengler is highly experienced.
I've been in those conversations with President Kaplan and the cabinet. That's something that I'm not quite ready to roll out there yet, but we have a list of priorities. And starting with the number of facilities that we need to enhance for you, the student athlete.
What helped influence Zengler's choice to come to New Haven was that here he'll get to do a little bit of everything.
Where I get to join all of you and do the 4 things I enjoy the most. Lead student athletes and coaches, get back in the classroom and teach, fundraise and build buildings, and coach.
Thank you, Mr. Zenger, for joining us today. He's extremely excited to get to work here up at North Campus with the student athletes, and we're excited to have him. I'm Zach Pinsence with the Charger Bulletin News. Back to you.
Dr. Henry C. Lee is defending his name and career because of a case dating back to 1985. In the trial, a stained towel was presented as a piece of evidence. It appeared to contain the blood of the 2 convicted men, although at the time there was no technology to detect DNA. In his defense, Lee stated, quote, "I did not participate in the investigation. I really don't know what the grandma said, girlfriend said, or the witness said, because the whole case is focused on the witness statement. Scientific evidence we did not find, except the shoe print. We have found 2 different kinds of sneaker prints. Those are partial prints," end quote. For more information on this story or to read the full article, visit thechargerbulletin.com. Well, that's all we have for you this week on the Charger Bulletin News. Be sure to check out our latest print edition in newsstands across campus now.
And to stay up to date of on-campus news, visit thechargerbulletin.com and follow us on social media at Charger Bulletin. And next week will be our first episode of our weekly sports show, The Charge Up. Catch the first episode on our Facebook page and YouTube next Tuesday. That's all we have for you this week. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Nick.
I'm Julianne. We'll see you next week on the Charger Bulletin News.